So breaking started in the 1970s in New York, South Bronx.
So it was the original dance done to 2 records looped. They took the drum break and just looped that, and the dancers would just go off.
The dance breaking features elements and inspiration from even kung fu movies, martial arts, Latin dance. It takes all these elements and kind of puts it together under one roof where you as the individual can find your personal style and interest and express that accordingly.
A lot of people these days think it's for adults and only like a lot of adults do it, when really kids made this. Martha Cooper, she was one of the first people to take pictures in the 70s. And if you look at the pictures, most of them are kids who started this culture.
Diamonds in the Rough is like 11 select kids from Breaking 3.
All of them have been breaking for between 1 and 5 years.
And Jeff knew he could like rely on to like come to practices and get better and like really do something with the dance.
They are the kids that, in my opinion, show the most interest in hip-hop as a culture and creating something special from this dance for themselves. The kids in Diamonds in the Rough are really interesting to me because if you look back into history where hip-hop was created and the kinds of kids that were involved, you figure that a lot of these kids had a lot less afforded to them as far as opportunities and support from their own community, as well as even their parents.
I think the biggest thing is the police are supporting us. Like the police donated $250 to us. So for them to like not shut us down and to support us and donate is huge. Because like that, like if you saw a policeman at your like jam or like street show in the Bronx, it was like, it's time to get out of here. Like we're busted or something. And so I feel like in Marin and maybe just nowadays, people are really more like kind of fascinated about that and will support you.
And when it comes to breaking, I think that it's important for these kids to understand their degree of privilege, where this culture came from, and what kind of socioeconomic conditions that this dance came from, so that they can see what they can do for their own community, given what they have.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to see the Diamonds in the Rough throw down on these bricks, breaking, and it's not easy, please make some noise. Give us your energy.
They hold weekly Sunday street shows at the Mill Valley Depot to raise funds, but also to raise awareness for all of these things that are happening within their little bubble of a breaking community. A pair of the Diamonds in the Rough kids actually will be throwing their own competition.
So our jam was like for the kids, by the kids. It was meant to be DJ'd by kids. It was judged by 2 of the kids from Roco, and then we got some like more professional judges in there, which was really dope too. And it ended up being like super hype. Everyone seemed to be having a lot of fun. And I feel like that really showed like the connections between like the Bronx and today, where kids do bug out and just kind of open up in situations like that. And that was super cool for me to like experience.
As far as Diamonds in the Rough and doing their own event, I think that's great. This doesn't happen often, and I think for them to go out of their way to invite people to all come together, that's something that is not done a lot of the times. Where it's kids and not adults like facilitating it, and they are, I think that's super important. They're going beyond what everyone else is doing around them.
We definitely see them going a lot deeper than just spinning on their backs and spinning on their heads. And you know, these kids are, you know, elbows deep in their communities, throwing events, teaching other kids. As they experience more, they become more fascinated in all of the elements, you know, that is relevant and applicable to people of all genders, ethnicities, and people of all social classes, to be honest. I know particularly one of my students has a growth disorder, and you know, he's literally felt like the small guy for his whole life. He's still very young. And breaking is his place where he gets to be a big man, you know? And I think that's very special.
So before I was even born, when I was just in my mom's tummy, the doctor said, oh, there was something wrong with me, so they said it was best to take me in early. I weighed 3 pounds. I had one big hole in my heart. My mom said, doing this braking is very hard for me, and she says that it's amazing that a kid like me has been able to do this. I choose to do it because it's my dream.
Like my friend Peanut, he just made me feel more like not to like laugh at someone if they're small or laugh at someone if they're like too tall. I just like now with breaking, I just learned to not really care.
I would say, lastly, that when they're going out and representing, you know, they're dancing, they're sharing their skills and their hard work, they don't push it in a way that they're better than anybody else. I think that these kids legitimately just love what they do, and they're discovering more about themselves every day, and that is satisfying and inspiring to me as a active artist in what I do as well.